I was always told by my parents, watch out or you'll end up on the street. Where am I now? I'm walking on the street. Decided I'm gonna keep this in because it's funny. Stirring the tea. I'm literally so excited for this cuppa. You know those days where it's just like gloomy, dark, don't know what the world's doing. That's a bit deep. Just like cup of tea, hoodie. Hi guys, hello everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to today's video. We're gonna be talking about marketing and sales and pitching and that whole sort of jazz, okay? We're gonna be talking about it. Hey, look what we got. A list of things that I have jotted down. So, did you get pulled in by the title? Cambridge University student becomes a saleswoman. No, a street saleswoman. Yes, I was always told by my parents, watch out or you'll end up on the street. Where am I now? I'm working on the street. I am working as a saleswoman, a sales lady, whatever you want to call me, on the street. And you know what? I'm having a day and I'm having a darn good time at it. It's been the most invaluable experience I possibly could have had, obviously aside from going to uni. And I just got to a point where, you know, I've only been doing this a month. I just thought there has been so much blooming growth over the past month. And I've learned so much that I would just like to make a video about it and show you kind of also again the diversity of the whole, oh my god, the whole like, if you go to Oxford or Cambridge, you're just sitting at your desk all day or you're just studying and life is only confined to that of a student. When life can be so much more as well. And that is what I want to bring to this, what I want to bring to you and what I want my channel to be about too, okay? I do go to Cambridge, but I also want to show you what else you can do while you are here and also make the most of your opportunities and your location and wherever you're living and whoever you're meeting, the people who are around you. Okay, so I could be here all day talking to you about how I got into this and everything, but I'll give you a little bit of an introduction and God, my northern accent's coming out. Give you a little bit of an introduction and we'll just jump straight into the video. Oh my god, we could even make this a series. If you're interested, let me know. If you do end up liking this video, please do give it a like so other people can see it. And do give me a subscribe as well. I do want to keep the space open, fun, fresh, thriving for the next academic year. But anyway, so how did I get started? How I got started was I did have another summer job with the boats, with like punting. It's a very famous thing to do in Cambridge and in Oxford as well. Then someone referred me and told me about this little job. So yes, kind of like a side hustle going on at the same time. So now I was doing 2 jobs and now I'm only doing this one. And honestly, flexible hours, working when you want, working because you want to work and not seeing it as work and growing as well. No matter what you got paid, like I'm telling you now, obviously that's kind of one of the driving incentives. But day one, I was just like, I don't care about the money. I care about what I'm gonna learn from this and what kind of person it's gonna make me. And these skills, oh god, people say transferable skills to put on my CV, like obviously I've been saying that for years and I'm just like, nah. I literally want to take something away from this that I could even practice in the kitchen with someone and living with. If I could make someone else's day better or have an interaction that I genuinely enjoy because I practice my communication skills, then this job is gonna be the one for me. And boy, was it the one. Was it the one for me? Like, oh god, I feel like I'm really making this sound potentially a lot more than it is, but honestly, if you've ever done sales before and you've kind of enjoyed it to the same amount, then you let me know because that would be a really interesting thing to know. So that's how I got into it. It's been a month now. I was doing like 1 or 2 days. Past week we had the bank holiday, so that was a really, really good opportunity to have a lot of people come up to us, you know, touristy town, Cambridge city, and a lot of people did come and it was a great opportunity to grow and to practice pitching and selling. Okay, anyway, I need to get into the video. Okay, so by the way, my voice just sounds a bit croaky at times because I've been talking non-stop with this job to the point where I've got eczema around my mouth. One of the main facets of this is talking to people. So number one, if you're interested in this, you've got to, oh my God. The number one thing that I found with this, and I did expect it, so kissing your pretty little comfort zone. Bye Felicia, ciao, auf Wiedersehen. Like literally, no, you gotta kiss it goodbye. If you're gonna do this, you wanna do this, if you want to do this, then honestly, oh my God, prepare to hop onto a plane to fly to a no comfort zone destination, because this is not the place for you to just get stuck in your comfort zone and not come out of it. Like, okay, basically, long-winded way of saying, you are gonna be meeting so many people with sales, and with this job particularly, I've been selling guidebooks. Honestly, you can't be afraid to go up to anyone. I learned that really quickly. Don't be afraid. It could even be someone you know, but obviously on the larger whole, with sales more generally, don't be afraid to go up to anyone, because honestly, what is the worst that can happen? And once I realized that, what is the worst that can happen? Someone just tells me to like off. That builds resilience over time. Like, not everyone wants to buy your product, and that's perfectly okay, you know? If I didn't want to buy something, I wouldn't buy it. But obviously, it's nice when people give you a chance. Also, if anything, some people will actually recognize that you're putting yourself out there, and they might make a few nice comments to you, which is such a huge confidence boost, okay? This has happened to me quite a few times now, a number of times, and I just let it propel me and drive me on throughout the day, because you get to a point where it's like, oh no, not made a feet out of sales, and then someone just literally appreciates the fact that you smiled at them, because, you know, that's a nice thing to do. And then it's like, yeah, I mean, you don't expect that sort of thing, but when it happens, it's really darn lovely. So yeah, thank you to those people. Also, authority and commanding people's attention. This is something I'm so not good at, okay? I'm really not good at this. And even in like essays I write as well, it's the same. It's really interesting how the same sort of patterns in behavior and how you present yourself, how other people view you, or how you interact with other people can express itself consistently through, I don't know, written work, or writing, or through other senses, basically speaking with people, dialogue. But yeah, if you're willing to put in that time and effort to help someone with how, you know, helping someone, therefore they buy your product because they see there's value in it, make sure that they're listening with eager ears, okay? Make sure they are listening to you, because the worst, you know, it's happened so many times. I'll be like explaining this, why they should buy something, or how something can help them, and then next point, like someone who is just looking away in the queue behind, they'll just be like, so hello, what is this product? I'm like, oh my God, you could have literally just listened as well. Also, leading on from that and that whole kind of demanding attention from people, is that in sales, there is really no time. I learned this so quickly, and I'm still learning it. There is really no time to be apologetic with people. And let's put that in context for a minute. Being apologetic to people who you've never even met before, like, why? When I think about it, I'm like, what reason is there for me to be apologetic to people, even people I know? Like, why? So from that point, you must be convinced about what you are selling, the value, the worth of what you are selling, so that people will buy, so that the people you are trying to sell to are convinced to buy that product, okay? You've got to present it in a way that you know you're convinced. If you know you're convinced, the other person will know you're convinced, and they will be more convinced to buy it. So yeah. So the next point I have to talk to you about my experience is about your pitch. I really like this point. It's kind of like perfecting your pitch. So I view this, the past month or so, I viewed it as take them on a little journey, take whoever it is you're trying to sell to on a journey, be attentive, okay? And see what they raise their brows at. Honestly, just read. It's a game of reading people, okay? Like, read their body language, you know, if they're not liking something you're hearing, okay? Simple as, like, don't try and like over egg something or continue to try and sell something which is clearly rubbing them up the wrong way, okay? Don't do that, because otherwise that's just like, it's counterintuitive, basically. But yeah, be attentive, see what they raise their brows at, smile Yeah, or see what they smile at even. If they smile, this happened the other day, I was like, oh, okay, right, we're gonna go down this direction now. They were like, I was like, oh yeah, there's also, the garden's this way. And they're like, ooh. And then I just thought, you know what? I'm gonna make this about the gardens now. And then the product sold because I gave them something that they knew they were interested in. And I knew they were interested in it because I read their language. But yeah, give them more of what they like and emphasize these areas more. Then your product's more likely to sell. Ta-da! Also, over time, I will say with perfecting your pitch, it honestly comes with knowing your product and what you're selling and its worth and value, kind of inside out, but that comes with practice, to be fair, as well, because you know how to sell a particular thing. So yeah, inside out, backwards, because if it's one product you're selling, you know, it's more opportunity for you to know that product as well as you can. Obviously with a range of products, like, that's more to kind of learn inside out and back, but one product, you've got no excuse because you're just doing the same thing over and over again. But yeah, this will enable you to know how what you are selling can help someone, and it can speed up the process of trying to sell to people. As you can then fine-tune your pitch to cater to certain people's different wants and needs, okay? You know, if you know your product, if someone said that they want to do something, don't just start talking about something else. They're just going to become disengaged, disinterested, and that's not what you want. So yeah, gotta follow what they want. It's all about your potential customer. Also with your pitch, okay, it's about individuality, gusto, give it some welly, okay? Give it some give it some oomph, okay? Because people like, especially today, people do not like to be sold to, okay? I learned that very quickly, trust me. People do not like to be sold to. People like kind of individuality, that kind of unique selling point. If you can find something that works, honestly, adopt it. Like, recognize it, adopt it, and slot it into your pitch, okay? If people like that, what's not to like? Something's popular, you want that, okay? So yeah, give it some welly. Also, what you put in with your pitch, you get out, okay? If you think, oh, can I do a half-assed effort and just put in like, oh, because it's happened to me a few times, my first few shifts, I just thought, oh my God, it's not going well, and I like half-assed it. I just thought, I'll be honest, that happened. I just thought, okay, you're gonna get tired. Why are you there then? Like, you wanna be energized when you're giving your pitch. Fuel yourself, okay? Because you're gonna give, the more energized you are, it's literally all about energy. You need to bring energy to the table. The more energy you have, obviously don't over-egg it, because I did that a few times. But yeah, the more energy you have, the more kind of excited your customer will be, and the more likely they are to be more interested. Because, you know, if you're gonna build a piper or something, people wanna know what it is. People will start queuing. You're gonna have people's attention at least, and at that point you're on the cusp of making some sales there, okay? So also short, sweet and punchy. I think this has been such an incredible opportunity for me because I'm not that sort of person. Short, sweet and punchy conversations can go for hours, essays can go for pages. Like, yeah, basically I can't do to the point, but this job is really teaching me concision and precision. No, it's teaching me concision and how to just get to the bloody, oh my God. You can tell I'm passionate about this, can't you? How to get to the darn point, okay? Because people want that. Someone earlier was like, all right, just cut to the chase. I was like, you give me 15 more seconds and I will cut there. I'll cut there in 15. That's the best I can do, love. But yeah, crack jokes, let your personality shine through. People will appreciate that more, even if they don't end up buying it. You know what? There's something you want to take away from this video. Implementing this, even with people you meet, your friends, anyone. Building your relationship with someone is way more important than the sale, the actual, like, what happens, the transaction. Like, it's all about the relationship that you build with someone. If they walk away and they're happy, you know, let them be. Don't chase them down the street if they don't want to buy something. Like, it's so important because I really do think, you know, spreading good energy, it comes back to you. And it's really weird, like, the amount of times happen earlier as well. The amount of times like I had quite a few rejections actually, and that's in very natural sales, quite a few rejections. I just thought, no, keep going and let these people be. And the time will come when people want to buy, and then people just naturally came. You will enjoy it more when you're just being yourself. You're not necessarily performing, that you have to be someone else or put on like a voice or something. You will enjoy it more. I know that when I'm selling, time just flows at a rate I've never even known before. Pardon me. Yeah, time goes so quickly. It's crazy. And you know what? That shows that I don't see this as a job. That's not, to me, that's not a job. That's not work. That's something, it may be exhausting, but I'm not checking the clock. The only reason I'm checking the clock is because I'm writing down a sale I've made. Like, I just think that's so beautiful. Also, I'll just add, my first few attempts in selling were, if you haven't guessed it already, waffle, stress, panic, blurting out any old crap, okay? I was, woo, all over the show, and that was important because obviously from there I could then learn, and honestly I'm so much more to learn. I've literally done this for a month, okay? So who do I think I am trying to give advice? I don't want you to have that impression at all, okay? Because I've not done this for very long, and if any of you have some more advice you could add, then please do. I was waffling on my first few ones, and I still do it, okay? I also had to tone down my energy so much because like I kind of got the wrong end of the stick. I thought, oh my god, sales, hype it up. And they came in and I was like, oh, so this is the best cafe ever. This is really good. I was like, no, you can't do that. Yeah, because what I was doing there was not selling. That was, that was just me being really overexcited in a really weird way. Those were my first few attempts in selling, so. The next part of this video is about improvement and how I improved, and I'm keeping on improving. I knew from day one I wanted to stay consistent throughout the whole journey with what I want to get out of this, and that is to learn how to sell. To learn, I literally said on the first day, I just want to learn how to communicate with people, and that might sound like, ooh, I don't know, let it sound how it will, but I genuinely want to learn how to communicate with people because, especially with COVID and everything, like the whole room confinement and everything and isolation, and even just generally in life, like when do you learn how to like communicate with people? Obviously some people it comes naturally, some people, the whole like, oh, introvert, extrovert thing, I can't stand it. Like labels, why do labels? But communication, I feel like if you can communicate, you can do anything. I genuinely do. I just think it's so important, and living alone as well. Obviously I love meeting people and that sort of thing, but I really just want to learn how I can communicate better, and it's going to be something that we're all constantly learning throughout all walks of life, all times and points of our life. Also for improvement, writing down things that work. So watching people, so my kind of manager, boss, I don't really like saying that, like my friend, kind of said, watch people who are way more advanced than I was and am even still. Watch how they sell. Use their strategies and watch their confidence. Watch how they interact with people, quite frankly. Honestly, doing that was exactly what I needed to see. Even now, like if I was to watch again, I'm just in awe, like something that I was trying to do and they just do it really, really well. And it shows in the amount of sales they have and how they interact with customers and how calm they are. It's just incredible. It's nothing like learning from the professionals. Also, really important with sales, especially if you're interested yourself, is that learning that actually rejection is worthwhile your time. This is something I've like realized kind of a bit more recently. It really is worthwhile your time because you're constantly growing and learning. While it is hard, it's a brutal way of teaching you how to adapt and change what you're already doing so that you're less likely next time to be rejected. So I mean, it might sound paradoxical or whatever, but honestly you do face it, and because inevitably you will do, you're forced to think, okay, how am I going to change this for next time? Like, and if you don't feel like that the first time, I guarantee you'll feel like that the next 4 or 5 times you're rejected, because it gets to a point, it's insanity otherwise. Like keep on doing it the same way and then be rejected again. Like no wonder you'll want to quit. You change what you're doing, change it up, change your pitch, change if the weather's bad, if people are just like low vibes today, then change what you're doing. Sell, maybe be a bit more like painting rainbows, positive, yay. Or be, I don't know, rainy day, suggest museums that people can visit instead of the gardens, you know? Being adaptable and willing to change up what you're doing on a regular basis and not kind of committing to any one thing. I think that's the nicest thing that rejection's taught me. Thinking more about how could this be better. Okay, so next I'm gonna be jumping on to the last part of the video, which is how I view sales right now. Honestly, I view sales as pleasant conversation with someone where you're finding out their needs and how you can then help them, how you can help them satisfy or meet their needs, or even if you can be like that catalyst along the way that speeds up the process for them of being like, huzzah, that's exactly what I wanted. Number of people who have said that, like, okay, trust information, that's amazing, got what I wanted, or I'm almost there. Like, you're trying to meet their criteria, and if you can do that, you're on a winner. That's what I believe anyway. And I also believe as well, as the podcast I was listening to, I think it's a really successful entrepreneur called Lewis House. I can link the podcast in the description if you want to see that. He said this and I really agree with it. Sales is an art. I feel like it's such a beautiful art form, I think, because you can make it how you want it. And it also takes crafting, a lot of fine tuning and practice. But the more you do it, and this applies with absolutely anything, the more you do it, the better you will become. And I can vouch for that so much. Like, even if it's just, you've just started something, the more you do it, the more you'll get to know about it. Like, obviously, experience is massively key. And so is time. Like, the more you do something, like, obviously, a month of this is incomparable to someone who's done like years of it, decades. Staying consistent is really key. And honestly, I also view selling as a game of listening and thinking how best you can serve someone else and what they want in the most efficient, time-effective, cost-effective way, and creative way too. How your product can help achieve that. You know, how cool is it if what you can deliver to someone is going to be that thing that helps someone in one form or another? That's going to be really cool, and that's such a feel-good feeling for not just the customer but also for you. And I don't know, this is nothing nicer than just helping someone. Trying to sell something because you want to help someone, not because you're like, oh, I've got to sell this. Like, no, that leads me perfectly on actually. Don't think about what you can get out of it. And it's so easy to be like, oh, right, today, how much money do I want to make? Because obviously it's commission based, but please, no, don't, you cannot. Times where I thought like that, I did way less better than the times where I was just like, look, how many nice conversations can I have today? How many people like are looking for help in these particular areas? How can I help them through this product? How can I sort them out? Because otherwise you will resent your time doing it. If you're like, oh, I haven't met this target, you'll resent your time, you know, and you'll become a bit like resentful, thinking, oh, I almost want to say that's anything but what selling is. My last point to end on is that opportunities will come to you, and any money that you will make, or any, you know, profit that you can make, will come as a product of trying to meet somebody else's needs and wants, as opposed to your needs and wants. If you want to, you know what, as Grant Cardone says, you should look him up, he's a self-made billionaire in America. He was like, look, if you want something, then give something to someone else, okay? Like, and that's, I'm kind of like piecing up the pieces together, and the jigsaw pieces. I'm like, oh my god, that's kind of what selling is about. Like, if you want something, help someone else out first, okay? Don't go and expect like payment. Just the opportunity itself is so invaluable. And gosh, I feel like this has been, it's been a really fun video to film. Okay guys, so I'm done with this video, and I was gonna like, I'm done with you now. No. Yeah, thank you so much if you made it to the end. It's really nice seeing a few of your comments on my last video as well, that you enjoyed the sort of content that I'm making. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Might carry on this whole like personal development thing. It's something that I find it's the easiest thing I can talk about, and I don't know, yeah, it's nice to share. But if you did enjoy this video, you know what to do. Please give it a like so it can get recommended to other people, and do hit the subscribe button. Let's get this channel growing, you know? I really do wish, whatever you're doing, if you're watching this and you genuinely want to go into sales, like, oh my god, I wish you so much luck, and literally leave me a comment. You can also feel free to follow me on Instagram. You can send me a message. I would love to hear what you have about sales. And also, yeah, I'm just about to start my second year at Cambridge University as an undergraduate, and I feel like I'm on this journey, and I've just found and discovered something that has really been life-changing. So that's the main reason I really wanted to share it. Some of the people you meet, like, I genuinely believe you meet for a reason. For a person, no. You meet for a reason, and shout out to you guys who I am selling with. It's been amazing, and I really appreciate your support. It's really weird like talking to camera, not here, but I'll see you guys soon, and thanks for watching this video. Bye guys, I'll see you very soon with another video.